Hey guys, so sorry for the delayed video this week. I know it's Sunday and I usually upload videos on Saturday, but unfortunately in Westwood for the past week and a half it's been Halloween, and UCLA students seem to take Halloween very seriously, and there have been rowdy parties every night, including in the building that I live in, so I couldn't really film because I could barely concentrate, let alone film a video. And then on top of that, I think yesterday there was a UCLA football game and there was a party going on across from me, but the noise carries pretty far, so you could hear everything in my room in very great detail. So yeah, anyway, aside from that, I wanted to kind of sit down with you guys today and do a little update video about what's going on this quarter. I usually do it once a quarter, and it's already week 6 and I haven't done it yet. So I'm just going to be telling you guys a little bit about the classes that I'm taking and what's going on generally with school. So we'll just jump right in. I am taking 18 units, which is a lot. You only need 12 units to be considered a full-time student, and I'm taking 18, which is 4 classes. 2 of them, actually 3 of them are for my major, and 1 of them is kind of just for fun, just because I needed more upper division units in order to graduate on time. I mean, technically I could still graduate on time without this class. I'm just being an overachiever. So, okay, let me go through the classes that I'm taking. So the first one that I'm taking is syntax. It's a 4-unit class, 8 a.m., bright and early, twice a week. We love it. It's going pretty well, I think. It's pretty easy. I'm pretty good at syntax just in general, so I'm not worried about it. I just had a midterm for syntax this week, and I think it went really well. I finished 15 minutes early, 50, so that either means it went really well or it went really terribly, but I think it went well. It seemed pretty easy for me. The next class that I'm taking for my Ling major specifically is phonology, which is another 4-unit, yeah. Oh my god, wait, I just said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Syntax is 5 units, so is phonology. Gosh, I can't keep anything straight today. Yeah, so syntax is 5 units, so is phonology. Phonology, on the other hand, not going too well. It's pretty difficult. Yeah, it's very challenging for me. And I go to office hours for both my TA and my professor every week, at least once a week. But it's not something that is super, I don't know, intuitive, I guess. A lot of it is pattern recognition, so in that way it is intuitive, but it's just not something that comes very naturally. It's one of those things that you get better with practice, but yeah, it's very challenging. And we have these weekly quizzes, which are timed, and you only get 15 minutes, and those just give me a lot of anxiety because I feel like I can't figure it out in that amount of time. The homework I do pretty well on, but I also have a week to complete the homework. But anyway, so that is how that's going. Next up, I have a communications class, which is an elective for my applied linguistics major. And honestly, it's kind of boring. It's a conversational analysis class, which I've already done a lot of in sociolinguistics and in a different linguistics class I took last year. So it's kind of boring to me. I kind of already know what's going on. On the bright side, the assignments are really easy for me because I'm already pretty familiar with the concepts that we're learning. And I mean, the teacher is really nice. He tends to just lecture from a PowerPoint, but he's cool, so it's fine. I don't really mind it. And that one's only 4 units, I think. Okay, the last class that I'm taking is an arts class. It's a pretty interesting class. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's very different from anything I've taken before. It's kind of this discussion format where, there's 10 weeks in a quarter. Every week we have a different question that we're trying to answer or that we're looking into. And every week we have guest speakers come in and talk to us about their thoughts on that question. For example, some of the questions are what is knowledge? What is truth? What is love? What is justice? What is university? So those are some of the questions that we've done so far. It's also 4 units. It's pretty easy. It's only once a week. The only thing is it's 4 hours, so it's very long. But since it's only once a week, the lecture is only once a week anyway. We also have the discussion every week. But it's only once a week, so I don't really mind. When I think about it this way, I've already gone to class 5 times and there are only 5 more classes left. I'm wow, that's pretty easy. So yeah, it's coming up on week 6, so this will be 60% of the classes over. It's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like, I just have to do little discussion forum posts. Once a week we have an actual discussion section that we go to, which is also pretty easy. And then twice throughout the quarter I have to do like this little group project where we make an art piece, which can literally be like a piece of art or a song or a poem, or it could be like an interactive art performance, which is what most people tend to do. And we present it to the class and we get their thoughts and their feedback on it. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we'll talk a little bit more, I guess, about how I'm feeling this quarter. So I'm feeling okay. Like, at this point, I'm not really loving the classes that I'm taking 100%. Like, I really enjoy the linguistics ones. The other ones I kind of just feel like, you know, I have to take because I have to, like, fulfill a certain degree requirement. But it's fine. I don't mind it. Like I said, I'm taking 18 units by choice. Like, I don't have to take 18 units. No one held me at gunpoint and told me to take 18 units. It is completely voluntary, but I am happy because then I feel like I can just chill a little bit more in winter and spring, which is fine because I'll be I am a senior, so I'll probably just be completely over it at that point. But also just looking ahead for the classes that are being offered in winter and spring, they seem so much more exciting to me. Like, there's a linguistics and speech pathology class coming up that I'm really interested in. There's an experimental phonetics class, a language acquisition class, or is it a development class? I don't remember. Gosh. So anyway, those are things that are more what I'm interested in. I can't believe how quickly this quarter is going by. Like, how is it already week 6 of 10? 60% of the quarter is pretty much over at this point. I'm really happy because I can't wait to go home. I'm honestly tired of, I'm not so much tired of school, I'm just kind of tired of like LA, like the living situation in LA, to be completely honest. I don't want to go into too much detail, but you guys know that I'm not from LA. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, and they're very, very different. Getting around anywhere in LA is pretty crazy. Like, even though I have my car this quarter, like, just driving anywhere is crazy. It literally took me like 45 minutes to get out of Westwood the other day, which is like 3 blocks. And then I didn't even end up making it to the appointment that I was supposed to go to because traffic was so bad. And that's just like an everyday thing that would never happen where I'm from. That's one thing. I mean, the other thing is, once again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but my living situation is not great. Like, I really love the apartment that I live in. It's really nice. It's also really expensive, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I mean, my roommates are not the best. I think that we just have very different personalities and we lead very different lifestyles that don't necessarily jibe, like, at all. So it's been difficult to live with because, like, I have to live with them, you know? And if we're not really getting along super well, kind of makes it not the best environment to come home to every day. But I'm trying to just take it in stride and just keep in mind that it's not forever, it's just for now. And once again, my main focus is school anyway. Some of you may know about this Getty Fire that was going on recently. So just for clarification, today is Sunday. Like, I am literally filming the same day I'm posting, which is very, very rare, but just given, you know, the circumstances, this is what we had. And last Monday at like 2 or 3 in the morning, the Getty Fire started, which is very close to UCLA. I woke up to like all these text messages at like 4 a.m. saying that there was this fire within close proximity of campus, which means it was even closer to my apartment than it was to the campus. So that was pretty scary. It was very up in the air in terms of like what was going to happen. There were a lot of unknowns, but the fire was spreading very rapidly. And if you don't know, the mandatory evacuation zone stopped just short of UCLA's campus. Like, it was literally Sunset Boulevard, which borders North Campus of UCLA. So that was really scary, and I kind of had to prepare myself for like whatever was to come. Like, I didn't know if I would have to evacuate. I packed a bag of clothes just in case. I mean, luckily I have my car, so it would be very easy for me to leave. Regardless, I didn't want anything to happen, but I was like, oh my God, where am I gonna go? Like, what am I gonna do? How long is this gonna last? And anyway, I went to class that morning because I had a midterm on Wednesday, and it was the midterm review, and I didn't want to miss the review. And then, you know, my teacher was late because the traffic was like a nightmare. And then in the middle of class, we got a text from the university saying that classes were canceled for the rest of the day. That was definitely very stressful to deal with on top of midterms and just general life stresses. So welcome to the life of a UCLA student. So I hope your guys' semester or quarter in community college or UC or wherever you're watching from is going just as well, hopefully a little bit better than mine, given the fires and my living situation and everything. But just comment down below and let me know how you're doing. I love to know what's going on with my subscribers. Thank you all so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm constantly posting community college, transfer, and UC videos, and I will see you next Saturday at 3 p.m. and that I promise it will be Saturday at 3 p.m. Bye.